More than 50 Texas Democrats are spending their second day in D.C. away from our state's special session. Their move to the U.S. Capitol is drawing national attention to the issue of Texas's voting laws, including the one that could pass this session. Joining us to talk more about this is Travis County GOP Executive Director Brian Ruddle and Wesley Story from Progress, Texas. Brian Ruddle, President Biden calls the voting bill in Texas a subversion, and that state Republicans are trying to make it too hard to vote. What do you think about that?
Number one, this bill does not make it harder to vote. All it does is simply stop places like Harris County from instituting drive-through 24-hour voting centers. That is a ridiculous program that they did. It stops unsolicited mail from counties to individuals. The complaint that this is a voter suppression effort is completely ridiculous. Anybody who is registered to vote, the same procedures still apply. This is simply just a fundraising ploy by the Democrats, and one that we've seen time and time used again.
Wesley Story, what about that? Will this reform bill make it more difficult to vote, and why?
Yeah, President Biden is 100% correct. Republicans are terrified of Texas voters, and so they're attempting to restrict access to the ballot box. I mean, that's what this entire anti-democracy campaign has been about, and it started with Trump's big lie, which they're now using as an excuse to pass voting restrictions across the country. This bill restricts and limits voting hours. It grants special rights to partisan poll watchers who have a history of harassing and intimidating people of color at the polls. Our lawmakers should be coming up with ways to expand access to the ballot box, not trying to silence Texans who just want to participate in democracy.
Brian, if the Democrats wait out this special session, Governor Abbott says he'd just call another one. What's it going to take for this back and forth to finally be resolved between the parties?
Well, number one is going to take the Democrats, really stepping up to realize that there are a lot of other things on the table. That 13th paycheck for our retired teachers, bail reform. These are things that I think Democrats need to have a voice in. But unfortunately, they're abandoning their responsibility. This election integrity legislation, it's different than what we saw in the previous cycle. As far as the hours that people can vote, and when Biden complains about this, he needs to go to where he usually votes, his home state of Delaware, where he was senator. They have less hours that you can vote in the state of Delaware than in the state of Texas. So when we talk about hours of voting and voter suppression, one needs to look no further than Biden's home state.
Wesley, what is it going to take to resolve this between the two parties?
Yeah, I believe not only did Abbott threaten to call another special session, but he actually essentially threatened to hold members of the legislature hostage to pass his suppression legislation. So what that means is time is of the essence. Democrats left because they had no other option. It was clear Republicans were not willing to negotiate or to listen to the hundreds of Texans who testified against this legislation. So now we need immediate action at the federal level. We need the Senate Democrats to end the filibuster, pass the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. Otherwise, these attacks on our democracy are just going to continue.
Brian, what about this federal legislation? Do you think that could happen?
I don't think it's likely. Number one, I think that we've seen from Joe Manchin Cinema a real hesitancy to abandon the filibuster. I don't think that that's something that they want to do. We see that people can be implied to very rash actions when the heat of the moment strikes. So having a slow-moving Senate, well, sometimes can be frustrating. In the long term, I think leads to greater preservation of our freedoms. Okay,
well, the drama continues. We have to wrap it up for now. Brian and Wesley, thank you both very much.
Thank you.